What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. We're back for some more transfer talk, and we have an incoming, people. Yeah, let's get excited. We also have an outgoing, and I want to speak about that in terms of the full picture of Charlie Cresswell leaving the football club. Just a few thoughts on my mind. I'm interested to get yours as well. Before I do that, though, please hit a like on the video. Really does help out the channel in a big way. So the more likes it gets, the more people see it, and all that good stuff, helps me out. Subscribe to the channel, and of course, drop your comments below. Thank you to Mr. P and Malcolm Patrick for super thanks on the last video. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you to Sai, always supporting Sai, man. Thank you for the super chat already. And listen to and thank you to all existing members. Seriously, means a lot. If you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description. So we're going to speak about Charlie Cresswell. We're going to speak about an incoming goalkeeper who's already here and a future potential sell-on clause. So there we go. That's the show today. In terms of, listen, you get messages all the time. When do you think we're going to get incomings and everything else like that? I don't know, people. We will know when we know. What I will say, though, is that with all these outgoings, we're in a new week now. I feel like we should see a few. I feel like not a few. I feel like we should see at least one. Am I asking too much? I think we do need to see a real first team player come in this week. And it's not just because of the optics of it all. It's just for the squad build-up. It's for the squad makeup. It's for Daniel Farke to shape the squad in his vision, because clearly this is a squad of his vision. So we do need to get a move on with some of the incomings, especially before the friendly games are played. That's just what it is for me. And if we can get any of those deals done, even better. Shane, tremendous. Hey, yes, KG, watching you in the bath, you lucky man. You know what? It's always mad, isn't it? I don't know how. Obviously, you guys can see me, but I always imagine different people watching in different scenarios. Like I said, I know people listen during their drives, trucking. But now you've just told me you're in the bath, man. Usually I think people are in their robes with some Cheetos in their hands. You know, one of those. It's all good. It's all good, Shane. Just keep your hands where I can see them, all right? Vega in the house. Damn, catching a live stream for change. Shout out, KG. Yeah. Yeah, and shout out to you, Kyle, as well. So listen, people. You guys have been asking, when are we going to sign somebody? When are we going to sign somebody? Well, people, ask no more. In addition to Joe Rodon signing permanently last week, Leeds United is pleased to announce the signing of Alex Cairns, who rejoins the club from Salford City in a permanent deal, people. So there you go. There's the class and replacement. And you can't say that this is not signing anyone, right? Or is there conditions behind it? Is there conditions? No, I completely get it. I mean, listen, in terms of Cairns, this is Cairns, whatever it is. This is just him, getting a nice contract at this stage of his career. If you're looking at it from a footballing point of view, he's 31. He was first choice at Salford, wasn't he? He's leaving to become a third choice, essentially. So you question that. But it's his prerogative. And if Leeds United are willing to take him on in terms of the homegrown quota that's needed to be filled, and he's willing to take the place on the third choice bench, then fair enough. I would just say, though, that so far, besides Joe Rodon, of course, we're not moving on quick enough, in my opinion. Sam saying class signing. Listen, it is what it is, isn't it? There's nothing really, I wasn't going to put it in the thumbnail. I wasn't going to put it in the description as such. It's just what it is. It's a quota filler. It's a HG quota filler. That's all I say. Look, if you're talking footballing point of view, I would question a 31-year-old willing to give up a first choice at this stage of his career. But then I also understand the financial side, and he's looking after his family with this kind of deal that he get at Leeds United in comparison to Salford City. So it's all good. And I don't envision us ever see Alex Cairns in goal for Leeds United. I think we would have to be down 2 goalkeepers, people. So yeah, don't joke with that one, Gavin. Don't joke with that one. No. Yeah, custodian. Wait a minute, this name. Custodian of Lord Bamford's sick note. Tremendous. Exactly. It is what it is. Exactly. So, you know what? Let's move on from Alex Cairns. Another thing that we're looking in the future, and this is via Joe Donahue. Former Leeds United Academy striker Max Dean is attracting interest from abroad after scoring 19 goals for MK Dons last season. Toulouse, they're going to be featured heavily in this stream, but Toulouse are reported to have bid. Leeds stand to benefit financially from a favourable sell-on clause if that one goes through. So there you go, people. There was a sell-on clause on a couple of our players in the past, and it looks like we could benefit from this one. How much? I don't know. I don't know how much we're going to get for it. I guess we'll see once if if a deal is going to go through for Max Dean. What I will say is I don't think it's going to be anywhere near what Maidenhead got for Max Kilman in that deal, which is reportedly around 4 million, which is honestly that's tremendous business. And with them being a non-league club, 4 million to them, and I think the chairman said it himself. And yes, I know his name's Peter Griffin. I don't watch Family Guy, but I play Fortnite, so I'm fully aware of Peter Griffin. Bird is the word and all that stuff. But he even said that 4 million, he didn't say the number because he said it's confidential, but he says that kind of money that came in for the Kilman deal after he sold to West Ham is life changing for a club of that size. And you can imagine, being a non-league side, like 4 million, your club's probably taking care of for the next 3-4 years. But I don't think it's going to be anything like that. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I do like that. And I do think there should be a mandatory sell-on clause for all non-league players that go into the Football League. And I know the Peterborough chairman's really good at doing that for non-league teams when he takes players from non-league. I think it should just be mandatory so they get a windfall. And, they never know when they're going to get it. So they're probably not even planning for Max Kilman to have moved. If Lopetegui's not at West Ham, maybe Kilman's still at Wolves, one of those. So I do think it should be mandatory, but that's for the FA and all them guys to sort out. Kyle saying trying to run duos on Fortnite. You know what? Duos always gets me, man. I can't do duos. I'm better solo or in a squad. Either duos for me, trios. Yeah, I'm a bit whack at both of those. I will say I'm whack at both of those. Gavin here saying great story for Maidenhead. The importance of sell-on clauses, 100%, big time, big time. So. Okay, Tom Johansson, yeah, in regards to Klaassen, people saying why sell Klaassen and bring in Cairns. Klaassen was on 10K a week, reportedly. Cairns can't be on more than 3-4K. Yeah, so there you are. You're getting savings. We get a little fee from the Polish club, and Cairns won't be on that much money. And if Darlow's staying, he'll be number 2. We'll see what happens with Meslier. I'd love Marseille to pursue that one. Leave Bryce Sambro alone, man. Even though he's better, leave him alone. Come get Meslier and let us play with a bit more money, please. So yeah, so there we go. That's just one more note because I know that's been going around. Why sell Klaassen and getting Cairns? But yeah, Tom's absolutely correct with that. Financially, it makes sense too. But obviously, the main event of this one is just cross those off. Is Charlie Cresswell has completed his move to Toulouse. He is now there, Ligue 1 team. It's undisclosed, but believed to be just under 4 million. Leeds United just putting out a statement. I mean, it's very, very general, but with all everything reading, he leaves with the best wishes of everyone at Leeds United, and we thank him for his contributions to the club, both on and off the pitch. So much like Archie Gray and who else left recently that had a good well wish. I can't remember who it was, but there's a couple that are going with not so well wishes like Jack Harrison and everything else like that. But it seems Charlie Cresswell is going with the best wishes. But I'll say this, and I just want to point this out from his Instagram post. This is Charlie Cresswell. He used these pictures in terms of his Leeds United goodbyes. So here you are. You've got him as a youngster here. You've got him back in the Premier League, again in the Premier League with Bielsa. I think this is the under-21s team. I think it is because look how young Cree is there. And then you've got him with I think that's his brother, isn't it, Frankie? Very, very telling for me. And I think it just goes without saying just how much he hated this past season at Leeds United. There's not even a trace of that in his goodbye. So it just shows you just how much. And this is where I go to people and say to you, I know that you guys would have preferred him to be loaned out because there's the good chance that Farke doesn't outlast Charlie Cresswell. But the 49ers are believing in Daniel Farke. So it doesn't make any sense loading him out if Farke is to be here. And he just obviously needed a clean break. And that's what I've said. He needed a clean break. It was time for him to go. His future wasn't here. He even said in the Leeds United statement, his first team opportunities were limited. Right here, after spending time away on loan from Elland Road and with first team opportunities limited, Cresswell will now continue his career at Stadium Toulouse, de Toulouse. So it just shows you, doesn't it? And that's why for me, the loan thing just, I understand from a fan point of view, but from a player point of view in Charlie Cresswell, it made no sense. What I will say though, And there's Charlie getting his welcome bumps from the Toulouse team in training there. Look at that. Nice old welcome bumps. Already smiling on the training. What I will say though, and I've got to ask you guys this, is they have to make sure that this decision that they've made with Daniel Farke goes to plan. And the plan, people, there's no other if, but, maybe. The plan is promotion. Like, this has to be promotion. Now, there's no saying that Charlie Cresswell would have stayed if a new manager came in. He could have maybe been fed up a bit like Cody Drama at this time, where he's been promised football by two previous managers, not really getting it. And as you guys really reminded me a few weeks ago, when he did get the opportunity of first team football, he stuck him at left back. You know, his not preferred position, which made zero sense. Farker then takes accountability for that one. But 49ers have got to make sure that this works. And it's a two-way street. 49ers need to back Daniel Farke with what he perceives to be quality, what he needs to get up. But I know a lot of people believe in Daniel Farke, but there's also a section that don't after last season. I'm in the camp of, I understand 49ers have backed him again and said that he is the man to take us up, because I do believe that everyone can learn from their mistakes, especially in the second year. We saw it would be also the first time, man. We burnt out. There was a few mistakes made, and we got it right the second year, albeit without the crowd. I do think that there is scope for that, but he has to make sure that he gets this right. He has to make sure he gets this right. Um, Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, those that live by the sword. Yeah, and that's what the 49ers are doing. And that's why I say, I mean, like I say, touch wood, this doesn't happen. But what if we do get off to a bad start this season? What if in the first 10 games we're nowhere near it, or the performances don't look like we're going to be anywhere near it? What then? Do we persist with it? Do we carry on? What happens? What if the top two, three have broken away from us by 10 games? Now, we know what happens in the championship. A lot of things can change. But what I'm saying, the reason why I say that, people, is because we're not just judging it for the first 10 games. Well, let me speak for myself. I'm not. I'm judging it from the end of last season, where we got 2 wins in 9. So for me, it's a hangover. It's a hangover from last season, and I need to see that things have changed, whether that be tactically, usage of the squad. I need to see differences from Daniel Farke. You know what I mean? And if he's not going to do that, then the 49ers, they're gambling big on this guy, because they need to go up. Not just Leeds United. We do need to go up. But the 49ers need it as well. They can't do a third year in the champ. Not with the parachute money going down. Think about the outgoings that we have to be selling at next summer. It's just be a catastrophe. Sam saying, do you think they sack him though? Personally, I'd sack him. I personally don't. I would though. We need some commas in there, Sam. Please help me out, brother. Help me out. But no, I don't. I don't know. Parag seems very married to Daniel Farke, doesn't he? In the way that he believes in him a lot. And on one hand, I do get it. He's done it twice before. With all intents and purposes, if you look at it overall without putting any context into it, which I don't like doing, we got 90 points last season. But there were failings. There were absolute failings last season. And some people still trying to mention the start of the season where we had a little blip. That's not the blip that killed us. It's the one at the end of the season. And there's no excuses for that. There are none. There were no excuses. He didn't utilize the squad properly. And he was playing people that were hurt, in terms of Jorginho. And he wasn't utilizing the players off the bench. No. But I'm saying this. We've lost Charlie Cresswell here for under 4 million. And listen, it might not work out at Toulouse, but I have the feeling, and this is just my gut. And we can come back and revisit it one day. I mean, it won't matter to us because he's not our player anymore. But I do see him, doing well at Toulouse and maybe earning himself a 10, 15, up to 20 million move elsewhere. I do see that in Charlie Cresswell's future. I think it's going to be good for him to go to Ligue, and I really do. James here saying, if Farke is not in the top 2 after 10 games, he's gone, KG, in my opinion. You know what, James? That should be the requirement. If you're an ambitious football team, especially with the league the way it's looking this year, that should be the requirement. But I do think with other people, like, I don't think Parag will let him go like that. I think that the performances would have to be absolutely diabolical in order for him to be sacked. And I think we'll still do just enough to make sure that we don't. But I think we should be okay. But what I will say on Farke's part, he needs to get recruits in that he will believe in and use. Yeah, Sam, we finished the season worse than we started, 100%. But that's something that people keep forgetting. They keep on talking about the difficult start, the non-preseason. Well, look, let's use Parag's words. Let's use his words. We've got a head start this summer. Remember that? Please utilize it. We're on the 8th of July already. Yes, Joe Roden's in. That's an excellent signing. Glad that we've got him back permanently. Alex Cairns has come in as third choice. We know we need to fill out the squad. I get it. But let's start to get in some real first teamers, man, and make the teams around us go, this is why Leeds are going to be favorites for the title. You know what I mean? We do need to do that, and we haven't done that just yet. Um, yeah, Michael, I mean, that's true. Cresswell, even though not used by Farke, still being picked by England under 21s. Yeah. Gavin here saying Park in at Burnley already said they're going for promotion. We need better recruitment than we have seen so far. Yeah, 100. And look, again, to the people that saying don't panic, it's early. I'm still with you there. I am with you, but we've cleared the books quite a bit. Llorente is soon to be gone. We've seen Cresswell is obviously gone. Rocker has left. Harrison's out on loan. There's a lot of money that's been freed up. And we still got to find out what's happening with Max Verber, of course. He's still looking to go. We don't know what's happening with Rasmus Christensen at this point, but we've still cleared a lot of wages off the books. So for me, it is time now to get in some first teamers that will make a difference in the team. Don James, not Dan James. That would be tremendous. Just got a feeling we get top two this season. I didn't feel this way last year. Yeah, this time last year, I wasn't thinking top two either, but I do feel it with the way that the league is, and it's purely just because of how bad the league is going to be at this point in time as well. We haven't seen Burnley make a signing. Sheffield United are still retooling. You know, they've signed Jamie Shackleton, which kind of tells you everything. And who's the other team? Luton Town. So yeah, I mean, maybe they've got a little advantage with their manager, who seems to be decent. But I say it again with their manager, fell apart at the end of the Premier League season. Both the quality of the team as well doesn't help, but they got cocky. They got cocky. They got cocky when they were about to play Sheffield United. They didn't win, and from there, nosedive out the league. So for me, there's no Leicester here where you look at them and go, "Oh, Dewsbury Hall's here, Vardy's here, Daka's here, Ndidi's here." There's no Southampton here, who are overall good team. There's none of that in this league this season. It's us. It's us. We're the ones. Because currently, right now, as we sit here, people, Somerville is still here. Nanto is still here. Jorginho's still here. Mateo Joseph is here. Joel Peru is here. Ampadu's here. Roden is here. We are the ones with the strongest base for me. Maybe Burnley fans would argue that, and that's fair. But we are definitely top two right now. If everything was to start as it is right now, we would be top two. But we know that the squad is still going to be shaped after today. Lewis here saying we may have better players, but we also need to be a better team. Big time, Lewis. If it was about who had the better players, we're getting promoted last season. Ipswich don't have better players than us, but they were a better team, and that's the important thing. They're a better team, and I'm sorry to say to the Farke believers, they were better coached. There's a reason why Russell Martin was wanted by other clubs. There's a reason why Russell Martin was so confident against Leeds United that he came out on a pre-match interview and said, "We know what we've done well against Leeds United. It's about doing that more and getting the little details right." He knew what he was going to do, and Farke couldn't stop him. There's a reason why Enzo Maresca has left Leicester City to go to Chelsea. And there's also a reason why Kieran McKenna has signed a new bumper deal at Ipswich Town, because they didn't want to lose him. The only coach out of all of them that didn't have one offer was Daniel Farke. And that does speak volumes, because he's at the bigger club as well, who got 90 points. So it does tell you something. Crypto Steve, has Luton lost any decent players? Ross Barkley. And let's face it, if Ross Barkley was in this league, yeah, that might be a problem, but he's at Villa now. He's gone to Aston Villa. They've still got Doughty, but I feel like Doughty is going to be moving very soon. I think there's a few Premier League teams that like the look of Alfie Doughty. But overall, when you look at Luton's team, it's championship. And there's nothing wrong with that. They were a good championship team when they came up, but they were punching when they were in the Premier League. You could see the quality difference a mile away. You know what I mean? So they will just be another championship team to me. Dow here, do you think Farke is too predictable? Well, duh. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he is predictable. I think that was pretty obvious. Russell Martin said it himself. And I said that on the pre-match press conference before the playoff final. I was like, how is Russell Martin coming out before the biggest game, a £200 million game, and sounding so sure about what he's going to do against Leeds United? And the thing is, he did it. He literally did it again. They basically got the same goal again. And I saw a recent Southampton training video. They were joking about it. You know, him, Russell Martin, somebody else, and Adam Armstrong were walking past the social media guy, and he says, he's still talking about his goal at Wembley. You know what I mean? They knew, and that is a problem when you've got a manager that is so rigid, that is tactically inflexible. That's a problem. He has to rely on the individual quality, and that's what we were doing for large parts of last season. We was relying on individual quality to get us through. So I'm just hoping he's got another plan, because look, I do feel like he can do the job this season. He's got to learn from his mistakes. But if there is somebody that could probably stop us from going up again, it's probably Daniel Farke. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did play 4-3-3 that one time. And that's the thing, though. You always remember the games where he actually did change it. And the one that sticks out in my head is Middlesbrough away, where we let Middlesbrough have the ball for a change, and then we just killed them on the counter because they couldn't handle Somerville. They couldn't handle Jorginho, and we just killed them on the counter attack, people. But that's what we were doing. I'm happy. Yeah, Crypto Steve saying got to score a few goals from corner this year. Large numbers for the year of the large number for the mathematicians. Yeah, I mean, look, there's all kinds of things we need to fix this season. Set pieces being one of them, but you've also got to have the players to do that. And when Daniel Farke himself is coming out saying we've missed Pascal Struijk and Sam Byram, two players out of the whole squad to be set piece threats, that's an issue. Obviously, that's an issue. The deliveries have to be better. There were so many deliveries. I've seen when you watch other, this is the thing though, when you watch other teams and other set piece takers, and you just see the variation of their set pieces, it makes you go mad that we just don't have that here. And the fact that Gruev decided to just curl a few towards the end of the season was like, ooh, that just shows you how low the bar was, really. Um, Chris, shout out to you, man. I know, listen, I know it angers you, but Chris, he's our manager. And all I'm doing is I'm just hope these are the things I'm hoping for. No one here, you, we can't tell Daniel Farke what to do. These are just things that we're hoping for. We're just fans, aren't we? So yeah, Gasparini, please visit Leeds. You'll like to see Gasparini would be a dream, man. It would be a dream. Lee's asking here, KG, do you honestly think we'll get promoted? Oh, Lee, that's a loaded question, because if you're asking me today, as we sit here today before the transfer window's closed, at the state that we're in right now, of course I would. I would ask you, I would ask this back at this moment in time, who in this division, who else has got Somerville as we sit here today? Because obviously Somerville could get sold tomorrow. We know that. But who else has got Somerville, Nanto, Dan James? Who's got any of these in their team? Who would feel more comfortable at defensive midfield than with Ethan Ampadu in the championship? So at this point in time, yeah, we've got a good first 11, but it's about rounding out the squad and with players that he believes in. But Lee, this answer could change, because if we sell our better players, don't replace them with players that I believe that are good enough to get us up, and Sheffield United, Burnley, and Luton do, crazy things in the market, then my answer changes. I don't just fixate on one thing. I change with the information I'm given, and I'll always be like that. Yeah. Let's have a look here. What are we saying? Yeah, Nidar here saying our biggest set piece threat wasn't even played and then sold for 3.8 million. Yeah, facts. He's gone though, man, and that's just it. Now we have to move on. There was someone saying in regards to our centre back choices at the minute, it's Rodon, Struijk, and Ampadu. But this is another thing as well. Even Joe Rodon himself has said, as much as he loves Ethan Ampadu, he prefers him. He wants him to be in midfield. Joe Rodon himself has said that upon signing for the football club. So I don't think that we're looking at Ampadu as a centre-back option. I feel like Ampadu is our first choice defensive midfield, and it's undisputed for me. It's about getting in two more bodies at centre-back and utilize the loan system. It's there. Use it. I don't think we can buy another two centre-backs and be happy that they're backing up to Struijk and Rodon. I don't think so. Ian, ooh, that's controversial. I would rather sell Somerville than Jorginho. Oof. For me, oh no, Somerville's a different level. He's a different level, because what Somerville gives you, Jorginho gives you creativity all day long, and he's gonna go back and do the hard yards. We've seen him do that many times. Yeah, sometimes he'll foul, but he does try. With Somerville, though, he's giving you goals and assists, man. He's giving you creativity, and goals. So now I think Somerville's the one to stay. But you know what? Listen, it's a long shot. Hopefully they both stay. Even I couldn't keep a straight face at that. But imagine if they both stay though. How dangerous is that? I don't know. I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're not. Crypto Steve, get a 6'8" non-league monster to stick in the opposition goalie at the last minute. Got to be better than sticking Nanto there. I couldn't think of anything worse. I couldn't think of anything worse, man. Matt here saying, it blows my mind we didn't loan Cresswell. I know Farke does not rate him, but who is to say Farke is going to be in here in 6 months? Big mistake. Yeah. Yeah, Matt, I already covered that near the start when talking about Cresswell, and I do get that sentiment. I do. Because Farke, if it doesn't go right in the first 10 games, could be gone. And we know that. But the 49ers are buying in. They've bought into Farke for the second year running, which is very, very clear. And Charlie Cresswell, who's to say, you know what, Matt, I'll switch it to you. Who's to say Charlie Cresswell even wants to be here anymore? Maybe he's fed up now. Maybe he said, you know what, I've given this a couple of tries, much like Cody Drame, where I'm being promised that I'm going to get opportunities to play. They haven't come. I need to go somewhere else on a permanent now. I need to find a new home. I need to get a new home. Sometimes, Matt, you have to think of things from the player's point of view. Even though fans don't like doing that, you do have to look at it from the player's point of view too. But yeah, so people, that's the show. I just want to know what you guys feel. Not so much are we going to regret selling Charlie Cresswell? Do you feel that? For the Farke believers, don't misconstrue anything I've said. I've said that I hope that he learns from the second year. But if he does make those same mistakes that he did last year, who's to say he's going to last the season? That's all I'm saying. He's got to get this right. So people, I don't think there's anything else. Let me just check, because have we signed anyone in the meantime while I've been on air? While I'm checking that, smash a like if you haven't already. No, we ain't signed nobody. We ain't signed nobody. Nida, this is tremendous from Nida. This is brilliant. We're gonna end the stream with this one. This is it. Tell Bamford's dad to go public about playing time for his son, and we'll get rid of him in no time. That is tremendous, Nida. And I'm not bringing up any more comments. That is beautiful, people. That's been the show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Drop your comments on anything that you know that I've discussed today. Any of your thoughts, additional thoughts as well. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, people. Peace out. Enjoy the new signing.